Hello FlossTube, my name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis and this is my channel about cross stitch. Welcome, welcome. Today is Wednesday, August the 9th, and this is FlossTube number 28. Do you know how many times I looked at that before I said that? Y'all don't even want to know. It is FlossTube number 28. I don't know why I can't remember. Either I can't remember the date or I can't remember what FlossTube number this is, but FlossTube number 28. So I'm so happy to see y'all and to come back to you. It's been about a month since my last official FlossTube. I did throw in a kit parade along the way, so if you missed that, check that out. I am happy to be back. I have a lot of stuff to share. I had a great Christmas in July, stitchy month, and we have a lot of fun stuff and plans coming up for August, September, and beyond. So let's just hop right into all of that. First thing I want to start with is this weekend, actually starting tomorrow, that's going to be Thursday, August the 10th, we'll begin this session of the Common Threaded Stitcher. Common Threaded Stitcher, hashtag Common Threaded Stitcher. You can follow that Instagram. This is something that Kia B of Kia B Quilting, she's on Instagram as well, created several years ago. And she compiles a team, and a couple times a year, we all get together and we celebrate the community. We do that through a myriad of different ways. There are prompts that you can be involved in. There's fun surprises, you name it. It's a lot of fun. So it used to be the format was a month long. It's now been shortened to a weekend event, which I feel like works better for most of us, to be honest, in the community, and it's super fun. So go on and follow Common Threaded Stitcher. That's on Instagram. I'm one of the team members, and I have some fun things going on this weekend. I've got some starts because do y'all know that Friday is World Cross Stitch Day? How awesome is that? So that's great that these two things are happening at the same time, but we have some fun things going on. Two of our team members, Liz from Liz Matthews, and fellow FlossTuber Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, they're going to be doing a live stream on Friday night. I think they said it was going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be sure to post that information on my Instagram, but you can also go check out their Instagram accounts. I'll link all this information down in my description box when I get finished. And then I am planning a live stream on Saturday. That's going to be August the, what is the Saturday? The 12th? Yeah, so I'm going to be planning a FlossTube on, not FlossTube, an Instagram live stream this Saturday. I'm in Central Time Zone. I'm thinking early afternoon. So I'm thinking 1, 2-ish. I'm going to see how it goes, and I'll put a solid time on my Instagram. The focus of my live stream is going to be fabric. We're going to talk fabric. We're going to do fabric organization. What's everybody's favorite fabrics? Where are the good places to get fabrics? What do you prefer? Do you like linen? Do you like Aida? We're going to discuss and talk about all the things. I'm going to show you my linen organization system, which is fairly simple, and just chat for a little bit. I don't anticipate it being a super long live stream, but I am going to also be doing fun giveaways, so make sure to tune in to my Instagram. I'll put that information right up here on Saturday and before, so you can follow along all the Common Threaded Stitcher prompts and fun things, information. Like I said, there's some exciting things going to be going on that we're very excited about. A lot of people are treating this as a mini retreat, like an at-home with themselves, planning fun things, you know, as far as like what kits charts they're gonna work on. And I mean, this works really well because Friday is World Cross Stitch Day. So how awesome is that to celebrate World Cross Stitch Day too? So, you know, it's just, yeah, maybe do some Zooms with your friends. I don't have any Zooms set up. I have kind of an interesting weekend going on just personally. So, and I'm working most of the day Friday. So I don't really have any Zooms set up, but I am going to do some special things. I have a very special new start that I'm going to be doing, and I would like to, well, I'll just tell you about that right now. So, a couple things I plan to stitch on. Last year, hello from Liz, hello from Liz Matthews. She created and donated a free chart to our community for a Common Threaded Stitcher weekend. It is still available on our Common Threaded, or linked somehow through our Common Threaded Stitcher Instagram account, so go over there and check this out. But I don't have a picture of it. I'll post a picture up here of it. It's a current WIP of mine, so this is a goal for me to work on this weekend. I think it's super, super sweet. That's where I am. So I have quite a bit of ways to go. I don't know what count this is. Probably a 32 count, and I believe this is vintage smoky white. Isn't it sweet? Yeah, I love this. So also look at this really nice bag that was gifted to me by my friend Bev from Stitch and Peace. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah. So I plan to work on that this weekend, and then the start that I am just over the moon about. Okay, because honestly, you know, common threaded stitcher, stitchy friends, this totally encompasses all of that. There's a whole story about this. So first I'll show you the really cute bag it's living in. This is by Sweet Annie's Threads. You can find that shop on Etsy. I will link it in the description box below. Boy, do I have a story about that as well. Nothing negative about Sweet Annie's, but yeah. So I think it was last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't remember the day that it happened. Now, what was I looking at? I might have been looking at, I don't even know what form of social media I was on to where I saw this chart. But when I tell you about love at first sight or lightning striking, like this is what happened, y'all. Okay, so I'm scrolling through social media and I see this gorgeous design by Blackbird Designs that I had never seen before, which, warning bells, right? I mean, I scroll enough social media and I look enough that I feel like I've seen a lot. Surely not everything, I know that. But usually when it's something I've seen for the first time that I've never seen before, that means out of print. So I saw this chart. And when I tell you all, I fell in love with this chart and I wanted to stitch it immediately. I wanted to get my hands on it. I want it to hang in my house. I mean, it happened like this. And this will come as a surprise to you all. This is not a Christmas chart. Shock, right? Okay. So what do? I phone a friend, literally, but I reach out to a friend and I'm like, hey, this is a knowledgeable person in our community that spends, you know, time looking and collecting and enjoying. And I'm like, this is the first time I've ever seen this Blackbird chart. Is it out of print? Is it super rare? Is it what? Can I get my hands on it? Okay, so let's just say, and my friend says, well, just stand by, right? Talks to the Blackbird expert, and it is confirmed that it is an out of print chart. Long story short, a wonderful, wonderful, generous fellow stitchy friend has loaned me this beauty, okay? This is Strawberry Garden by Blackbird Designs. Ooh, ah, beautifulness. Y'all, I mean, every once in a while, that chart just comes along and you're like, have to have that one. This was it for me. I am adoring this. I love these big funky flowers up here with the stars. I love the blue flowers. I love strawberries, right? I love the strawberries. Do you see all those leaves? They're lazy daisy stitches. This is magnificent. I don't know much about this chart except that it is out of print. I guess I should see if there's a copyright in here. Oh, 2006. So it's gorgeous. And like I said, wonderful, wonderful, generous stitchy friend has put this on loan to me, which means that I shall begin stitching this immediately, which means that's happening this weekend. Depending upon my work schedule, it will either be Friday night or Saturday. But yes, I'm so excited. So let me show you what I've kitted it up. I'm pretty sure about what I'm going with here. My only question is the lazy daisy stitches. Like, do they work well on higher count fabric? Because what I have chosen is a 40 count Fiber on a Whim Milk and Honey. So that's beautiful. And then this was all charted in Fancy Floss. So I've gotten all the fancy floss with 2 subs. So let me just kind of pull it all so you can see. It's all variegated, but not like super variegated. It's pretty chill. One of them's pretty wild. I think it's crab cakes. That one's pretty variegated. Oh, Ruby Slippers has got some good variegation in it too, but okay, so look at these colors. Ooh, it's so beautiful. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh my goodness. So the basket portion of this chart was to be stitched in like an overdyed black. And what I have is I have this hank of Mo's silk from my friend Colleen, Rebel Stitcher. She sent me this. So I'm going to go on and use this pretty black for my urn or basket or whatever you want to call it, face. But here's the only one that I'm gonna change. So it's called for these are like forget-me-nots right here, these blue. So that middle part is fool's gold, and it's like this goldish variegation color, right? And you see how on the chart it looks a very blue, and I went and looked at a lot of, well, I just Googled it, and I was looking at people's finished stitch pieces, and it looks very blue. And the piece, the floss it's called for is Classic Colorworks Tartan Plaid, but this is not, I don't think this is not the blue that I'm seeing at other places. I know blue photographs weird, and it's also very close to Shamrock, which is the leaves. So I don't think that's gonna work. Tartan blue. I don't think tartan blue is going to work. Or plaid, sorry, tartan plaid. But what I think is going to work is I have 2 choices for myself. I've narrowed it down to. They're both Gentle Arts colors. One of them's called Brethren, which I really like. And the other one is a little bit more variegated and darker, and it's called a Deep Sea. So I'm not 100% sure. It's going to be one of those. I feel like Brethren, it kind of, you know, goes more with the tones. But I feel like Deep Sea's a little bit more dramatic. And I don't know. It'll probably be like, wait until I'm ready to stitch the blue flower to do that. But I would be okay with either one of those. I'm favoring Brethren right now. So let me know what you think. But this is my super special. So I feel like this is a very like appropriate piece to begin on Common Threaded Stitcher Weekend, because it's just amazing how friendships in the world works. And thank you, sweet friends, for your assistance. I am super excited to start this and cannot wait to get going on this one. So those are kind of my Common Threaded Stitcher weekend plans. I have posted on my Instagram account a little like template that Liz, hello from Liz Matthews, that she made and shared about like what are your Common Threaded Stitcher plans for this weekend, or your World Cross Stitch Day plans. So yeah, just let us know. But I'm just saying, tune in, follow it. Hopefully follow me on Instagram, but also follow the Common Threaded Stitcher account and follow everybody that's on the team's account, and just soak it all up and join in when you can. There's not tons of prompts. It's all super manageable, but there are some surprises that you're just going to want to just, you know, keep an eye on. So, all right. So that is my Common Threaded Stitcher weekend plans. So let's get into like more of a, let me think if I have anything else that I want to say about plans. While we're just talking about Instagram stuff, there is an account. It is called, I'm going to put it up here, Lucky Butterfly Stitchery. Let me tell you about this. I just came across this this morning. So the designer from the Snowflower Diaries, which is a gorgeous designer. I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name. I don't know if it's Maha or it's like M-A-J-A. So I think she's probably organized this. I feel like if not, she's definitely the one posting on Instagram. So she is starting an Etsy shop, and the Etsy shop is it's like a collaboration of multiple European designers, and they are planning to just to support and empower each other. And they are offering kind of like, I don't want to say quickie, but maybe like sweet smalls on the shop, that not gigantor projects. And they've already on their Instagram, on the link tree, they've already put out like 3 free designs. So like it's a collaboration of I don't remember if she said 10 or 12 European designers. So yeah, go check that out. Follow that, Lucky Butterfly Stitchery. The Etsy store, I believe, does not open until August 21st, but I'm super excited to support them when it does. What a great idea. I love it. Love it. All right, so let's talk about some finishes, FFOs. I have one FFO that's not really a, well, it's like a hybrid FFO, okay? So last year, a little bit before Christmas, my LNS, Stitchers Inc in Memphis, caters not only to cross stitchers, but also to needlepoint. So I saw a canvas hanging above the cash register I was checking out, and it had the name of my son's college on it. So my son goes to a local college here in Memphis called Rhodes College, and it's not like a big SEC school or even a state school. So it's not like, you don't normally find things with Rhodes College on it, right? So I'm like, oh, I should get that and stitch that for him, but I've never done needlepoint before. And so, of course, my cross stitch, you know, my LNS, the ladies, they just hooked me up and they got me all the floss and all the things. And then I was like, well, I don't really know how to needlepoint. And they said that because of the design, it really wasn't an optimal design to learn how to needlepoint on, because it was very small. And so basically, and so instead of doing like a traditional basket weave, I basically just did like tent stitch everywhere. So that's why I say it's like a hybrid. But anyway, and then I stitched it for him and gave it to him at Christmas unfinished, and told him that they sent it off to some fancy place to get finished. And so I took it up there in January after Christmas, and it came in last week. So this is my, the ornament. Isn't it cute? So yeah, it's finished. I don't know what kind of design this is, but yeah, really sweet, right? And so these are silk floss, but like not the kind of silk floss that we would necessarily need. This is like bigger, bulkier, you know, but yeah, and just a white and a red. And then this little is some kind of fancy little shiny green stuff that I stitched the trees with, and some gold. And wait, I think I might have used, I had some petite treasure braids, so I used gold for the stars, and then I think I just used a DMC to do the tree trunks, if I remember correctly. You know, it's been since December, so yeah, isn't that cute? Yeah, so that's my FFO. Now, I had 2 finishes to share with you this time. So I super enjoyed stitching Christmas in July, all right? So Christmas in July, I was involved. I participated in the Christmas in July stitching and hashtag Kissmas in July. That is hosted by Diana It's Kismet on Instagram. She has a December birthday, so she does the Christmas in July stitching hashtag as a birthday celebration, and it was great. So I put all of my Christmas WIPs, like I talked about last month, in a basket, and I was like, I'm just gonna pull those, and I'm gonna try to focus on Christmas. So for the most part, I really did. You'll see from my WIPs. I had 2 finishes right at the beginning of last month, and then I have had 2 more. So I had 4, I finished 4 Christmas WIPs last month, so that's pretty good. The first one that I finished, well, this third one that I finished, I don't know. But here we are. This is Parson Brown by Not Forgotten Farm. Isn't he handsome? Not Forgotten Farm, I love the designs. Lori Brecklin is the designer. Oh, they're just gorgeous. He is the cutest snowman, is he not? So he is stitched on, I believe it's a 32 count Jobelin in the color Dense Fog. I think I called it London Fog on my post, but in my notes I've got Dense Fog. And I don't know what, the other day the ladies at LNS were talking about this fabric, and I don't think they can get it anymore. I don't really know I didn't ask, so I don't know why, but I like it. I've stitched a lot on it. I stitched this and then all 3 of those Lindy Stitches birds, those Halloween, the trio on there, the royalty. So, but anyway, okay, so Parson Brown by Not Forgotten Farm. I stitched this with all the called for DMC and loved all of it. This was not super easy to stitch on because it is Joblin. It is kind of stretchy. I was stitching it in my Nurge hoop, which is not keeping things as tight as a Q-snap, but all my stitches turned out fine. I think it's sweet. I might finish this into a pillow. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm happy to have it done. I think he's a good looking snowman, is he not? Yeah. And in the middle, we can build a snowman. I love it. So that was a finish. And then my other one is Cocoa Time by Ink Circles. Yeah, that is my first Ink Circles piece. I stitched this using all of the called for fabric and floss. My husband kitted this up for me for my birthday one year. And I started this last year as part of the GaRon Designer Focus. It was the Ink Circles was a designer of the month, and that's the one I started. Yeah. So, fun fact, I don't love stitching the same design over and over. I kind of found that out with the Biscorn U, and then I solidified that with this one because I was like, oh man, am I really? I mean, there are subtle variations, right? Like this mug is not exactly like this mug, but it's a mug, and it's a peppermint stick, and it's a marshmallow. And okay, so you know, you learn. It looks great. It's cute. I think I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna FFO this for someone that needs it to sit by their coffee and cocoa bar for the holiday season. Yes, so I think I know someone who needs this in their life. And I think it's really sweet. So yay, 2 more finishes. So speaking of finishes, let's talk stats. Remember last time I told y'all I would get my act together and get you some stats. So I began the year involved in the WIP Warriors Facebook group. There are a lot of different pathways you can take in this WIP Warriors group. You can do no new starts. You can do like 23 starts. I can't remember all the things, but mine basically is work your WIPs. So the idea is January 1st, you lay out these are all the WIPs that I have. In order to be considered a WIP for WIP Warriors, you have to have a minimum of 200 stitches in it. And then basically in order to earn a new start, you have to finish something, okay? You do get some freebie starts along the way. Like you get an automatic freebie on January 1st. We had album checks in April for freebies. I think we're fixing to have one in August for freebies. I haven't used any of my freebies yet, but I'm just saying, like, so that's kind of the idea, right? In 2022, I had 62 new starts. So although I don't necessarily have a problem with the number of new starts, I was physically running out of room for my WIPs, okay? So like, this is my WIP area. I have spilled over into some other bins and such, and that's just not, that doesn't make me happy. So I would like to have, and I don't know what amount of WIPs that is, an amount of WIPs that fits into my area, okay? That's the goal. Well, I have another goal as well. The goal was my friend Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. We were all chatting the end of last year, beginning of this year, and like we were wanting to work our WIPs down, and she wanted to finish. Her goal was, she'll be 40. So she was 40. She's 40. So she wanted to finish 40 old WIPs, okay, this year. And so, yeah, sure. I don't think I'm going to make it to 40 because I have some really like large WIPs. But it's nonetheless, it's a great goal and it's been fun working on it. So stats. I started the year January 1st with 97 WIPs. Okay. Since January the 1st, I've had 17 old WIP finishes. So yay, finished 17 oldies. I've had 4 new starts and finishes, Okay, so like I've started something and I finished it. I've done that 4 times. I have, and this is just sort of bumped up in the last month or so, I have 6 new starts that are not finished. 2 of those you all have not seen because they're secret gift starts, okay? But I have 6 new ones. So my current WIP count is 86. And so I have 17 old finishes. So I've got what? 23 more old finishes to make it to goal. Now, do I think I'm going to make that? No. I will tell you why. But I'm not like beating myself up about it because this is life, right? I'll tell you why. Because I have lots of work going on, lots of 14-hour day work. So that really cuts into my stitching time. I'm basically spending the month of October at retreats or on the road. And I have like this very strong urge to do a lot of, well, I have a very strong urge to do a lot of gift stitching. So I won't be sharing that like until it's kind of like time. And then I've got some like, I've got a small to stitch for the Stitch New England retreat. And I have a secret small that I just started for a fall swap. And then I have a few things I want to start and stitch for people that I want to bring to retreats. So we'll see how everything goes, but I don't think I'm going to make it to 40. However, I have thoroughly enjoyed doing WIP Warriors this year. I plan to continue. I feel like it's getting me to finish my older WIPs. And not that I'm not starting new things because, I mean, obviously I have the last couple months, but like, maybe I'm being more deliberate about it or intentional about it and not just starting everything. So anyway, that's the stats. I'm glad I got that to share that with everybody because I feel like, well, I'm over halfway done for the year. So doing pretty good. So let's talk about some of those new starts that I just mentioned. All right, my first start. This was an impetuous start, okay? I was watching the Steel City Stitchers. Oh my goodness, my chart just went flying. Hold please. Okay, back, sorry. All right, so my chart went flying. This was an impetuous start. I was watching the Steel City Stitchers and they were all talking about stitching a mermaid for the summer. And I already am, sorry guys, y'all, my dogs are going nuts. Yeah, there they go. Okay, sorry about that. They're so loud when they get barking at somebody. Okay, so I was watching the Steel City Stitchers and they were all talking about stitching mermaids and they started a stitch along called, I think it's hashtag SCS Mermaid Sal, Steel City Stitchers Mermaid Sal. And basically I'm already stitching one mermaid. I'm stitching Mermaid of the Pearls by Mirabilia. But there's this other mermaid I've been thinking about. Well, I'm always thinking about mermaids. I have a lot of mermaids kitted up, but this one I've been thinking about because she's not a Mirabilia. She's not huge, but I really want to stitch her. This is the Primitive Hares, the Mermaid of Salem Bay. Isn't she lovely? I love her so much. I got her and kitted her up at market in 2022. Yeah, she's beautiful. All right, so I thought, this is perfect. This is perfect. I've been wanting to start her because I'm not really allowing myself to start another Mirabilia mermaid until I finish Mermaid of the Pearls. You know, self-imposed rules and all. We'll see how long that lasts. I mean, it's lasted so far, but all right. So I'm stitching her on the called for fabric, which is a 30 count Pirates, and that's by the Primitive Hare. I got a tail. I got an outline of a tail going on. So yeah. I feel like that's a pretty good start. She is stitched all in Fancy Floss. Yeah, I know it's a mess right there. Cute project bag by LNS Stitches Creates. Yeah, so I really enjoyed starting her, and I'm gonna take her with me when I go in October up along the East Coast and go to Salem and to the Stitch New England retreat. I would like to work on her, so she will get some more love. And I'm happy I have her started. My next new start was my reward. I had behaved myself so well, and I had not just randomly started a million Christmas things, even though, trust me, I wanted to. This one is Christmas Cove by the Bay Needle Art. I love this. I love these. So this is a series with this tree. Gosh, what am I trying to say? As a focal point. And so like they have a Halloween one and a winter one. And I think there's a spring one. Well, Donna's her name. She's a designer. I think Donna Bayless is her last name. Yeah. By the Bay Needle Arts. I believe Pam of Stitch New England, if you go onto her website or if you're local and go to her store, I believe she has a trunk show there of By the Bay Needle Arts. If you're looking for anything in particular, you could probably get something from Pam. If not, I might have purchased this from Donna herself on Etsy. Yeah, isn't it gorgeous? I love it. You see that angel up there? The tree is awesome. And those holly berries are actually going to be beads. But you know I love a bead. So I am stitching this on, I don't know if it's 28 or 32 count, but it's just like a natural raw linen. There's my start. It's at least 200 stitches per the WIP Warrior rules. It's just this little bundle of leaves right here. And it is all basically called for DMC and one fancy floss. But yeah, I'm so excited to have that started. It lives in this gorgeous project bag by Tammy Creative Country Girl, Tammy Blaylock. My friend Zan, Crazy Band Lady Stitches, gifted me this. I love this project bag, mainly because I am just adore these like vintage Christmas fabrics. Oh shoot, which reminds me, I need to pull something out when we talk about haul. All right. Next start. This was my stitch along I started, hashtag the Autumn Garden Sal. I began the Autumn Garden by the drawn thread. It's beautiful. This is my first drawn thread start. I love it so much. I purchased the chart and the thread pack from the drawn thread. I also had purchased an extra chart from my LNS that I said last time I was going to be giving away, and I did end up giving it away, and it's already been sent off. The winner, I'll post the thing up here, it was Delicia. She is Kentucky Sass, and she has a floss tube, and she is so sweet, and I got to see her at StitchCon this past summer, and so I was happy to pass it on to Delicia. Anyway, yeah, so you're welcome to join me. Here I am. I've got the makings of a house going. I got the bones going. I'm doing the hard work first. I'm building the house, and then I'm going to have fun and stitch all those flowers. I cannot wait to get started on those flowers. Yeah, there I am. This is 32 count. I think it's called Dirty. This is Weigart. Dirty Belfast Linen. And the way this is called for with the silks and the thread pack they gave me, it is 1 strand of floss over 2. So the coverage is not as full and plump as I would normally stitch it, but I'm liking it. It's kind of fun. It's different for me, and I'm enjoying it. So there we are. That's my progress so far. It's living in this really cute Shiba Designs bag with these squirrels on it. I thought they were appropriate for an autumn garden. But yeah, really, I'm enjoying that. I can't show you what's in this bag because it's my secret stitch for the fall swap. But I did want to show you the bag because I ordered this fabric from Spoonflower with these otters on it, and my sister-in-law, Rivertown Designs US, she made me a little bag out of it because aren't they adorable? All right, so speaking of that, keep an eye. I'm going to put her information down here. You might want to just go on and like her store, especially if you are a dragon lover, because we went to a quilt shop this past weekend and I fell in love with this panel with these dragons on it, and there were 2 separate ones. There's like a panel of 6 different dragons, and then there's another design. Anyway, if you've read the book Fourth Wing, and if you haven't and you like dragons and you like young fantasy novels, then go check out Fourth Wing. Thank you, Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, for turning me on to that. The second book in the series comes out in November. And so my sister-in-law is making 2 of the bags for me, 1 panel and 1 with the design on it, which I'll show you as soon as I can. But then she plans to put the rest of it up on her store. So you know, keep an eye on her store if you would like a dragon bag. Yeah. So I need a dragon whip, right? I don't think I have a dragon whip, which is weird. All right, so what's next? I told y'all, I did a really good job of staying focused in July for Christmas in July, but I told you I was gonna have a hard time not stitching on the Forest Goddess. This is the Forest Goddess by Mirabilia, and I just couldn't just completely stay away from her. Here she is. I am stitching her on a 32 count Cecil by Seraphim hand-dyed linens. Isn't she so pretty? I'm stitching her with the called for DMC. I have not used any metallics or beads yet. That's what all those holes are, like in her hair and on her gown and everything. My goal was to finish this side of her cloak. So I finished that. My friend Lisa, who has a hashtag Mira Monday Stitching, she used her as a focus piece last month. I'm also stitching her with Lisa, Cross by Floss, and Amy of Fiber Arts Amy. We have a couple hashtags, Forest Goddess with Friends and Forest Goddess. You can check out my Instagram post just if you want to follow along on those hashtags or join us. But look, okay, so I want you to see, do you see the colors, right? You see how pretty and green this is? And yeah, but look at this picture. It's like you would think the cloak was going to be yellow, right? But no, we are definitely a mossy green. I love her. So I'm just still stitching away on her. Not planning to put her down anytime soon. Okay, here is a Christmas stitch, but he's really supposed to be a precipitation stitch. And so I've been doing that the last couple weeks. This is a Christmas Moose by Panna. Looky. Adorable, right? Adorable. So I'm stitching him with the Bougie Stitchers, and our hashtag is Marty the Christmas Moose. And I'm stitching him on a 32 count piece of Arctic Blast by Seraphim. And that's where I've gotten. Yeah, and the color's kind of washing out in here, but it's blue and purple and greens. It's really pretty. And I'm almost finished with this side. I'm like working right up in here. So not much left on that to go. And then I'll be able to work some more on the moose, on his face. And then I'll go to the other side of the antlers. I'm loving him. So sorry, y'all. I had to let Winnie outside. She was crying at the door, and I don't really know if she wanted to go outside or if she just felt like she was being abandoned out there with Colt. I don't know, but I don't really know where I finished on this, but here we are, Christmas Moose. Hashtag Marty the Christmas Moose, Sal. Isn't he so cute? Yes. So we had a big storm today, so I'll try to stitch on him some this evening. And when I say stitch on him, I mean not just like a ton of stitching, but you know, just a little bit, hitting a lick at a snake, right? All right, the next one, this one surprised me a little bit. Snowy Christmas by RETM. I started this like 6 months after I started stitching, so December of 2020. And this one has been like hanging out way too long. So I actually got a good bit done. I'm stitching this on 28 count Dwarf by Picture This Plus. So I think, I don't know, I finished something and I did this and this maybe, so yeah, I love it. Here's the problem I ran into. So when I first started stitching this, I was a brand new stitcher, and this chart calls for chalk, and I bought the chalk, which is an overdyed white, which, to be honest, the chalk that I bought pretty much just looks white. No variegation, no, it's just white. So I wish I would have just bought white, because I'm having a problem now, because I'm run out of floss, because I didn't know what I was doing necessarily, and I didn't buy enough skeins of floss. So I went to pick up some chalk from my LNS, you know, when I was working on this, and Billy said, oh boy, I don't know, because this chalk looks really blue. And it did. It looked really blue. It had a significant blue tint. And my chalk did not have a significant blue tint. So we spent the better part of the afternoon, not the better part, but I mean, I probably spent 30 or 45 minutes trying to find a white in an overdyed. And I mean, like, I looked at white, I looked at B5200, we looked at Floche, we looked at Toasted Marshmallow, we looked at 12 grain, we looked at Cotton, we looked at, you know, Gentle Arts and Crescent Color Works. We looked at everything, all right, trying to find something. And I just really didn't have much luck. Now, I will say, when I was putting some floss up this week, I found another skein of chalk. So I do have another skein, but even that is not going to be enough. It's on 28 count. It's not going to be enough for me to finish. So here's the game plan. I'm going to finish this motif up here with the rest of this chalk that I found. And then what I'm going to do is the closest thing to chalk that we could find. I mean, we were taking this stuff outside in the daylight and looking, is Snowball. All right. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do a blend. So I'm just going to do one strand of Snowball, one strand of chalk to finish up. Hopefully I'll have enough chalk, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you won't be able to tell the difference. I don't think you will, but especially because I'm going to do a blend and not just like a harsh stop. But yeah, I don't know. So that's where we are. I love it. Yeah. So maybe I might be taking this one to work because it's, you know, it's just one color. And so it'd be easy for me to just pick up if I have a patient that doesn't show up or something and I don't have a bunch of cleaning or stocking or something to do. Yeah, and so it's a pretty easy for me to jump in and jump out of. And so that might be a finish this year. It's kind of the game plan. Another one that I got some progress on was Sugar Cookies by the Christmas Collection. Yes, love this one. I actually was able to put in another letter. I put in the letter O and this G up here. Got that all stitched. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lugana by Dyeing for Cross Stitch. This was a March fabric of the month from who knows what March, because I bought this on someone's D-stash. It's more of a minty green than what you're seeing. And you'll see, like, for the Christmas ornaments on this one, I didn't fill those in because I plan to use beads for that. And there's like a bow, and I didn't do that because I plan to use some petite treasure braid for that. So yeah, I'm gonna bling it all up when I get the regular cross stitching done. But I am happy with that. I would like to finish that one this year too, but that might be a little bit of a lofty goal. I don't know. Another Christmas one that I got a little bit of work done on is this one by Barbara Anna. I can never remember the name of it. Christmas Heart Home something. It's from a book. I'll put the picture up here. I'll put the name up here. I'll do the things. But here we are. So last time you saw this, I probably just had a roof and a little bit of around one of the windows done. And so I just did some more housework and windows. This is a 32 count. This is a Lakeside Linens. I think it's like a vintage maritime white, if I remember correctly. And it's pretty. It's sweet. And as you'll see from the picture up here, it has a large branchy tree that features predominantly in it, similar to the By the Bay one, and I like that. So I'm enjoying stitching on that one. This next one was definitely a goal I met. So I guess it was December 2021. I started Christmas Village by the Victoria Sampler for my birthday. And I started in the middle, and in the middle is a verse, and it is 1/1 stitching. And admittedly, that just kind of stopped me in my tracks. I did not get very far. I wasn't enjoying it. And so I just have been kind of like pushing this one away. As gorgeous as it is, see how gorgeous it is? I've just been not doing it. So my goal was to finish that middle part during Christmas in July, and I achieved my goal. There's all of the 1/1 verse in the middle. It says, I heard the bells on Christmas Day, heard old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. So I love this. And now I'm not scared of this one anymore. I know it's got some specialty stitches on it, but this overwind stuff just really, it was not fun for me, and it was challenging, but it wasn't challenging in a fun way. So I wasn't stitching it, but now I feel good about it. So this is a 28 count Smoky Pearl. I don't know if it's by Witchelt or Zweigert, or, well, it has the orange. So what is that? Zweigert maybe. Anyway, yeah. So I actually purchased this from the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa. Sherry and Liz, and they are fabulous. And they kitted this up for me with like thread packs, you know, with all the silks and stuff in it. They're wonderful. So if you need something, go check them out. My mom lived for a brief time in, not brief, but for a little bit. I only got to go to the store 1 year. My mom lived in Iowa. And so I went over there and got to meet these ladies. I've met them I've seen them at market a couple times since. They're wonderful. And they had this model that hangs on the wall, and it just made me fall in love with it, of course, as models do. And I just had to have it. Speaking of which, I have not seen a model of this one, but I know it has to be gorgeous. This is Kringles by Little House Needleworks. And this is where I got, oh, let me think. I think we're like this. This piece gives me fits. But I got some more bricks stitched. Stitched some bricks. Yep. Just building it a little bit at a time. Leanne of Leanne Stitches and Forbidden Fiber Co. We started this together, and we had a goal. We were going to get a floor done during Christmas in July, but I didn't get a floor done. I don't think she got a floor done. So we might have to extend our we are going to extend our goal. I'm stitching this on the called for fabric. It is a 30 count Parisian gray by Access Commodities. And I believe I'm using, it might have been charted in Fancy Floss. Let me take a peek. No. It's charted in DMC. So I'm using all the called for DMC. And I've got the chart in my binder instead of in my bag, so I'll have to pop that picture up of that, or surely I already did. Okay, let's see what we got here. My last Christmas in July, and this is, like I said, this one has turned into a 30-minute a day goal. Okay, I just started doing that this week, seriously about it. I am stitching one of these Christmas stockings. I'm stitching this Christmas stocking for my grandson Brooks. I'm determined to have it finished before he's 20, but it is not easy, and so far it is not fun. That's the Christmas stocking. It's the Toys and Games stocking. These were found in like some country cross-stitch country and crafts, or Better Homes and Gardens or something magazines way back in the day. But this is a book I bought on eBay that has almost all of them in it. I think it's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has 9 of them in it. I bought this book on eBay back around Christmas when Brenda the Handwork Maniac enabled me. And then I offered it to my daughter with a list of choices for my grandson to stitch. So, you know, it was like, oh, this one, or this Dimensions one I have, or this Shepherd's Bush, or this Satsuma Street, all gorgeous stockings. And this is the one she became fixed on. I even re-offered her other options after I realized how difficult this was going to be to stitch. And she still, I really like that one. So 30 minutes a day makes it much more manageable. I think the last time you saw it, I might have had the basket and a fish done. So I filled in a little bit more. This is a 25 count mushroom Lugana. And the thing is that, you know, like that basket, you see all those little fractional stitches, and up along this little, I don't know, there's going to be knobs coming out of here for stuff to hang on. But also in addition to that is there's massive amounts of color changes. So many amounts really that I took a picture. I'm stitching this from paper because I am predominantly a paper stitcher. And I like to highlight as I go when I'm stitching hard stuff like this, so I don't get lost. But I actually took a picture of the like floss list and keep it on my phone or my iPad, so I have to refer to it that often, y'all. Like, I'm switching colors that often. My sister-in-law was like, you should probably just like thread your needles and have them waiting. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like so much work. I don't know. Any tips or tricks? I mean, have you all? I've never stitched a piece where I've just like kept threaded needles for floss. I mean, I can do it. I could buy a few of those panko organizers and thread my needles and be ready to go. The other rub is that the regular cross stitches are 3 strands of floss. So I can't loop start. And so I'm having to cut with these 3 strands of floss, and then sometimes some of the specialty stitches are 2 strands or whatever, but mostly it's 3 strands. So, not the easiest thing in the world to stitch. So any tips or tricks are greatly appreciated and welcomed. So I anticipate that you'll be seeing plenty of this in the next year. Maybe I'll have it done by next Christmas. I don't know. All right, and my last WIP was, I pulled it out last Friday because of this new hashtag Stitch Along that is started by Allie Z's Crafty. I met Allie at the Steel City Stitchers Retreat this year. She is super nice. I really like her. And then also she started it with Sarah, Stitchy.Sarah.E, reads from Stitchy Friends, Sarah and Jen. It is the hashtag Owl Forest Fridays. And so I was like, you know what? I have some owl forests that need some attention. So I pulled out Bayou Cat by Owl Forest. And I put some stitches in, and I got some stuff done on Friday. I was pretty impressed. So I was able to, I definitely added these mice and this yellowish border. And then I did, I think from here over, including this area. So yeah, it was nice and busy. I'm stitching this on the kit fabric. I don't know if it's a 28 or a 32 count. It's just a nice neutral. This is the needle minder that came with the kit. And I am using the Owl Forest beautiful variegated floss. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, so he's, you know, he's about halfway done. I keep working on him every Friday, which I intend to tomorrow. I'll work on him on my lunch break for sure. Yeah, I'll get him done. I will get him done. All right, those are all of my WIPs, y'all. Let's see what else I was going to talk about. That's amazing, right? Thanks for hanging in there. Plans. Okay, plans. So you know what I'm going to do this weekend for Common Threaded Stitcher. I also would like to join my friend Zan's Stitch Along. She started a Stitch Along with Annie, the Proper Stitcher, and Tammy Blaylock, Creative Country Girl. It is hashtag Birds and the Bees Sal. And if you follow Zan on Instagram, you'll have seen that she has been out in the Dakotas. She has been out west at Sturgis, meeting up with Nancy the Bougie Stitcher, which I wish I could have been there because I miss Nancy. But it looks like Zan's having a great time. She's been sharing pictures of all of her adventures. She's even been antiquing. It looked like she was stitching at her campsite. So hashtag Birds and the Bees South. I haven't started it yet. It's going to be a new start for me. Maybe this weekend, you know, Common Threaded Stitcher weekend. Do you see this gorgeous flowery golden bag? This is from Jen, Jasmine Custom Bags. Ooh, look at that floss hanging on it. Just disregard that. Okay, so I got this chart recently. I just bought this from Stacie Stitches, Stacie's Creative Studio. The Bee Queen. Ah, she is a beauty. Also, check out the super cute mushrooms. I love her. So I've gone on and kitted her up, and what I'm going to do, I use just the I use a called for DMC. That's a pretty palette, right? And then I was able also from Stacie Studio, I bought this piece of 36 count Golden Hour by Forbidden Fiber Co. Ooh, yes ma'am. Look at that. This is all kinds of gorgeousness. So I'm going to be starting this and joining in with Zan and Annie and Tammy. And whoever else, I'm sure tons of people are stitching for that Stitch Along. And just go on and follow that hashtag and see what everybody's up to. Join us, them. My other starts that I have planned that I can talk about, I still did not start that Civil Samplers Sal. This one right here. This one by my friend Colleen. I'm going to do that. I actually also purchased, you'll see in my haul, some more of Yamira's Almond MnMs silk. And so I might change the colors that I picked out for this a little bit. And I'm still going to use my friend Leanne's Under the Mistletoe fabric, Forbidden Fiber Co. So that's a plan. And then I settled on colors for this one. Well, the main colors. So this is the Praiseworthy Stitches Simple Gifts Courage Sampler that we are stitching, that Pam from Just Keep Stitching started. Pam had over in June, there 30 years since her breast cancer diagnosis. So she started a stitch along, and this has morphed into like this really amazing thing on top of us being like super blessed and happy and grateful that Pam is here with us. And so many people are honoring friends and family that's here or not here anymore. But I am stitching this for, of course, to celebrate Pam, but also to celebrate all the special people in my life that have battled cancer. And some of those include my patients at work. So I am stitching this on this beautiful piece of, what is this? I think it's 36 count. Let me see if I can find it. 36 count silver moon. Okay, so see, very pretty, right? And then what I have chosen is, I told you guys, I told y'all I was thinking I was going for lavenders, right? Because lavenders represent all cancers. And then what I'm going to do is, wherever an initial pops up that includes one of my friends or loved ones, I'm going to stitch that initial in the color of the cancer. So, because all the cancers have colors. All right, so here's the base, and then I've got these two beautiful skeins from Threadworks, because there's a dark and a light that you need for main colors in here. Yes, it's going to be so pretty. These Threadworks are really a great deal. There's 20 yards in this cotton skein right here. 20, that's a lot. And this is not a small chart, so isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so I don't know the names of them because I think you have to, they only have the number on the tag. I think they have really nice names once you look them up, but the darker one is 1129 and the lighter one is 1079. I think they're going to be gorgeous. Also, I picked up this Courage needle minder. Now, this is from PNB Making Memories on Etsy. I'll link them in the description box below. I was able to do a little bit of gift shopping while I was in there, to be honest. This actually goes with, they actually make needle minders and floss drops, and they make all sorts of things, but they do make things with like Pam and stuff on it. And so this was their Courage needle minder for this stitch along. So yeah, hashtag Pam's Survival Sal. Oh, and it also lives in this perfect colored bag that Ronnie made from GaRon Toten Bags. Perfect. Okay, super color coordinated on that one. All right, what else I have coming up? All right, September 1st. Please join us if you are interested in stitching the Scary Sampler by Heartstring Samplery. I know I talked about this last time. This is a very cool sampler. There's all sorts of like sci-fi, TV, literary, movie references in this little creepy, scary sampler. You know, you might see a little Star Wars going on, Stranger Things, Jurassic Park, Wuthering Heights, you name it, okay? Cool sampler. I am going to be stitching this with my friend Justine of X's and Hoes, and her sister Jackie, also my friend, started that on her birthday because she was gifted it. So Jackie will be stitching too, and congratulations to them. They just had a Flossiversary very recently. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. All right, so this one, I'm stitching it on, oh, who else is stitching this with me? Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives and Fawn from Sanctum Stitching. Yeah. So join us. Hashtag Scary Sampler Sal. I think somebody is already using it, but they're really not going to recreate the wheel here. So, you know, we're just joining in, but we're starting this September 1st. You know, September 1st is like Sampler September. So I want to stitch on samplers, plus a couple that I already have. It's also can be considered Siren September, so I'm going to give my Mermaid of the Pearl some attention. But okay, so this really pretty Milk Chocolate by Shiba Designs. It's 40 count. And then I got this Vicki Clayton Silk Conversion Pack from GaRon Stitchery website. And yeah, that's what I'm using. It's going to be so pretty. It's living in this really, one of my just sweetest favorite little bags. This is by Lake House Stitch Co. on Etsy. This is by Gigi. It even comes with a little notions or bag or thread bag or whatever. So that'll be starting September 1st. So also, what else am I gonna do? yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I will show you what I'm going to start October 1st. Just a reminder, we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing with Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives and Janelle from Coffee, Wine, and Stitchy Time. And I think she had a friend who wanted to join in. We're going to start Hello Halloween by Teresa Kogut. This is a big one. And this is, I'm stitching this on, I think, 40 Count Swamp Monster by Laura's Fabrics. I just saw a post from RATM. Is it Riverside or Riverview Stitching? I'll put the information in the box below. But I think for this whole month, Laura's Fabrics are 20% off. So if you want to go catch one of them on sale, they're very nice. I have a couple pieces of them. Yeah. Also, I purchased from GaRon Stitchery for this one a Vicki Clayton silk pack. Yeah. So I'll be starting that October 1st. I don't know. I don't think I have a hashtag for that one yet. I'll have to see if there's one already out there and what's going on with that. Okay, so that's pretty much it for plans. I mean, I am still stitching on some secret stuff that I can't really show you that I'm doing for retreats. I'm trying to get ready for retreats. I'm making scissor fobs and all of the things. I want to talk to you real quick if you're local. Just a reminder that our the Delta Fair, I'm seeing so many posts about people entering their stitching into the fair. That's amazing. Keep it up. Congratulations to everybody who has won something. I had a super successful year last year. My Dark Queen of the Sea, she won Best in Show. And I placed it on a couple other things, and it's so fun. I mean, whether you win the ribbon or not, or a ribbon or not, it's really inspiring to go and see that people have all the things people have stitched and submitted, and you know, it goes towards keeping our craft alive and kicking, y'all. But if you are local, just a few dates to remember that your entry form is due on or before Thursday, August 17th. If you need one of these books, you can pick one up at Stitchers Inc. I don't know where else they would be, but they might be out and about somewhere. And then you have to turn your entries in on Saturday, August 26th. And good luck to all of my local stitchers. All right. I think that's it except for some haul. I mean, I have a lot of haul. I don't think I'm going to show you everything, but there are some fun stuff in here I want to show you. So let's just do some haul before we wrap it up here. I got this at the Target Dollar Spot. I just wanted to show you. It's just a little pillow with bees on it, but it's kind of flat, and it has the bees on the front, but the honeycomb on the back. And I thought, well, someday I might stitch just the right size piece that would I'd be able to put on the front of this, and it would be sweet. And it was like, what is it, $3 or $5? I thought that would be a fun way. I kind of was looking for I wasn't looking for some finishing stuff. Sometimes it just happens. And I went to Joann, and I bought a few things there too, because they were having a big sale. So I bought this cool spider web thing. I thought, well, something fun Halloween to hang on the front of that would be cool. Paint that black, I guess. Same thing for this tombstone. Yeah. And I mean, these things were like, they were significantly priced off. Plus I had a coupon, so it was kind of a good time to pick them up, whether I use them now or later. Got another little tombstone one. And this one was just kind of funky. Kind of reminds me of like some voodoo New Orleans stuff. What else did I get from there? I think that's all the finishing stuff I got. That'll be fun. I'll put that in my little someday box. My sister-in-law, I had ordered this fabric from an Etsy person because I had wanted to use it for part of the bag that I asked her to make for myself and my friend Bernadette, Burn Stitches. We were stitching the palace together. And when it came, it was the wrong color. So it's like a gray, and it was supposed to be duck blue. So it didn't go with the other fabric I wanted to use. So she had some left over. So she was just making some bags and sent me over this one. So I love that one. I remember last time I was telling you that I had placed a fabric order to Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. It came in this week. I'm going to show you these. They're amazing. Okay. I'm thinking of these for mermaids in the future, mirror mermaids in the future, all right? This one's called Maldivian Dreams. Now, obviously it looks like the ocean, but let me just show you this. It's an ombre, so like, you know, rising up, right? Heck yeah, that's so good. I love it. It's so good. I'm excited about that one. I had mermaids on the brain, obviously, because this one is called Till I Come Home. And this one actually has a lot of, see, it's more dark with a little light at the top, but still same idea, right? So beautiful. I love the Fiberlicious fabrics. That is Fabric of the Month Club that I miss. I think it was this year or the end of last year that I got out of all of them, because I was kind of building a significant stash. I missed that one for sure. All right, the next one, they're not folding up as nice as they were. Blew Me Away. This one has some green in it. I like it. Very pretty. Yep. So I definitely had the mermaid on the brain. And then one more. It's called Sunset Lantana. Oh goodness. Sunsets aren't too far away from mermaids, are they? Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. So, I think they're mostly 32 counts. I think that's what I ordered them all in. Pretty, pretty, which is pretty much the top of what, you know, your beads will comfortably fit in on a mirror. All right, let's see. What else did I get that I wanted to show y'all? So this was sort of like one of those things that just happened. I was at my LNS and I had placed an order with a shop called The Stitching Kitten. It had some really good deals on there. And I had ordered this Shepherd's Bush chart at some point. It's called Pumpkin Stew, right? Copyright, I don't know, 1994, but I loved this because I know you're not gonna, you see this, the stars and the moon, right? So, took this up to my LNS and I'm like, I need to see if you have any of these buttons. Ha ha ha. Okay, these buttons are not easy to find anywhere anymore, friends. All right, so let me show you. And then I just ended up kitting it up because I was there. So this is Lisbon in a really cute rooster bag my sister-in-law made for me. Cute, right? Okay. So I ended up kitting this up. And like, I'm dying to start this. I'm dying to start this. I'm stitching this on, yeah, just with all of this pearl cotton. I've never used pearl cotton before, but yeah. Wow. So pretty. Okay. That was no challenge to find some fabric and some pearl cotton. The challenge were the buttons, y'all, because they're not, I don't think they make these anymore. They're Mill Hill buttons and they're just not, well, my LNS actually has a significant amount of buttons and even they were like, we don't have that one. That one's not available. Oh, look, my friend Billy, she packaged these up so nice for me. I really don't want to mess these up. But basically, let me see if I can do this without messing everything up. Oh, she did such a nice job, but I want to show you all these buttons because they're awesome. So we had to like, I had to be creative and like replace some with others and like, but look at these buttons. Aren't they cute? Yeah. Yes, they're so cute. And I like literally, like I need to write this down what I'm replacing what with because I couldn't find, there's a witch that you can't find anymore. And there's a raven sitting in a certain direction you can't find anymore. And there's all these things. But the one that I really wasn't happy about not being able to find was this pumpkin in the middle. So I bought this one pumpkin, but he's got a jack-o'-lantern face on it. And he's just a little bit of the wrong color, orange. So we were looking and they were like, ooh, maybe there's a pumpkin in an old Mill Hill kit. And there was. So I bought an old Mill Hill kit for the button. And here we are. But I'm so excited about this project. I cannot even, I want to start it today. Today. So this is going to be a start sometime in the near future. And I'm excited to stitch with the pearl cotton. I've never stitched anything with it before. So any tips or tricks about pearl cotton, let me know. But that was a fun, unexpected haul when I went to my LNS one day. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh my goodness, yes. So I want to show you some of these bags. You remember I was telling you about the GaRon Stitchery bag, the charity bag for St. Jude Children's Hospital and Shriners. And I was able to get one of the charity bags that Ronnie does every year. So very sweet. Sorry about that. Okay. And I also was a winner of a mini bag for the month before. So that's cool. But this month's bag, I was blown away by. When I tell y'all, this is one of my favorite bags. And it's really not my normal thing where I'd be like, ooh, I love this. No, I love this. I love this. Isn't this beautiful? Oh my goodness. Look at this. And the inside, it's like a sunset, is it not? Oh my gosh. I was like jaw dropped when I saw this bag, when I opened this bag. I was like, I have no words. It's beautiful. Fabulous, fabulous choice, Gary and Ronnie. Whoa. Great fabric. Great fabric. Okay. Let's see. What else are we going to talk about here? All right. I told you I had a story about these bags. I'm going to go on and tell you. I showed you the other one. It's a little bit buried right now. It's the one, no, it's not. It's the one that looks like the quilt with the beautiful blackbird strawberry garden's going to be living in it, right? So I bought that bag because I had to have that bag. And I was telling my sister-in-law about that bag. And then I went back to look for that bag and to show her a picture of it in my Etsy, and it was nowhere to be found, okay? It was not in my purchases. It was not, I couldn't find an email. It was not in the store anymore. And I'm like, did I buy it at the same time somebody else bought it? Or I did it probably like in the middle of the night. Did I do that? And I just thought I bought it. I didn't remember it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take the other one that looks similar to it. So here's the other one that looks very similar to it. Sweet Annie's. And they're nice. They're inside. They're lined with like Sweet Annie's threads. They're lined with like vintage flour sack material. Right? So I was like, well, I'm gonna buy this one because I wanted one of them. So I bought it. And then I got an email out a little while later, and it was like a refund of a couple dollars. And I'm like, what's going on with that? Okay, so I get this email. It's like basically like, well, when you buy one or more things, you get like a 10% discount, or if you buy whatever, there's a deal. Like if you buy multiples within a certain amount of time, or which is super sweet and really, really nice. But I'm like, does that mean I have the other one? So I have two. Similar. But I'll use them. I'll use them. And they're beautiful and they're nice. And what a wonderful, sweet, generous thing for Sweet Annie to do. But I was like, man, what? Some days we're like that. What was I? Oh, I'll show it to y'all next time. I was able to go antiquing with my friend Zan, Crazy Band Lady Stitches. I was able to finally pick up some of this milk glass with the scissor frogs for my flower frogs for my scissors to go in. And I also was able to, I found a cute like a much older Bucilla like ornament cross stitchy kit. I'll show it to y'all next time. It's not close. Let's see, what else did I do? Okay. Top Knot Stitcher had a big sale. Things were like $5. She had like a $5 sale in her store. So I picked up some charts, of course. I love this one. First Snow by Kathy Barrick. Yeah, beautiful. Christmas Time Sewing Roll by Pineberry Lane. Nice. This one's by Loohoo Stitches Autumn Marie. That one's cool. And I've been wanting this one from Lindy Stitches and I hadn't bought it yet. Shining Fish. Yeah. And she also had in her store when I was shopping, she had like a Threadworks, like a pack, like a combo pack or like get what you give or whatever kind of pack. So I picked up a pack of Threadworks just for funsies. And a couple of cute needle minders. Got Simba for someday when I work on the Lion King. And then this fun vintage witch needle minder. Then she had for, I think these were $5 each. She had these little like pendants that you could stitch and put on here. And there's a chain and everything with it. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Maybe someday I'll do something fun with that. It's like a fun idea. Just have to find something really little or use really little. Obviously, super high count. I have to ask Amir about that. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here that I wanted to show? Oh, yeah. I picked this up from my LNS. This is a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit. Haunted Cottage. I feel like this looks like the house of the Sanderson sisters or from Hocus Pocus. Like, that is their house. Yes. I love it. I mean, look at even like the green smoke coming out of the chimney, right? Perfect. So I'm happy to have, I think this is a new one. I think this is from this season. And I was able to also get, I pre-ordered this Halloween magazine from my LNS, the Just Cross Stitch. Some cute stuff in here. Maybe I'll go through this next time, this one. What else do I have? From a, like a D-stash? Yeah. I got this Elsa Williams Saturday Skaters Country Cross Stitch. Counted Cross Stitch. Why did I say country? Counted Cross Stitch? I guess it's kind of country colors. Look at that. Look at that tree. It's so good. So good. I love how I love the shape of it too. Yeah. That was fun to get. And then I had an order from GaRon Stitchery because I can't resist R&R fabric. Oh yeah, I got my fabric of the month from Fox and Rabbit. 32 count hog bristle. Nice. Love that. Then Gary was showing off his R&R fabric one day, and I got French Vanilla in the pink and Vintage Homespun R&Rs from him. And I couldn't resist this chart. I never seen this chart before. Halloween scissor fob. How cute is that? I'm ready to stitch that today. And I love how they have it finished. I might have to just figure that out. Right? Super cute. Obsessed with that. Obsessed with that. I need to kit that up. It's DMC. Oh, I already have started kitting this up. Duh. I put in an order for these variations. I had to kind of look for those a little bit. These DMC color variations. But yeah. Cute, cute, cute. I love it. I think that's it for haul today. Right? I think that's all we're gonna, oh, maybe I'll just show this too. This is from an Etsy store called The Cutiful Place. I ordered from them a long time ago, and I ordered these little peppermint pins to go, at least one of them, to go on top of that elf biscornu. Won't that be cute? But these are glass, and they're super sweet. Super sweet. Okay. Enough for today, except I do want to show you when Sweet Annie sent me those bags. She sent this little like rosette with a little poem about the quilt being lovingly made by someone years ago. This quilt was loved by someone through the years, loved so much that it began to fall apart. I have lovingly given this quilt many new lives to be enjoyed by many new people for many more years to come. That's really nice. Yeah, cool. All right. Whew, that's everything. That was another big long one. I wish I could say I'll be back in a couple weeks, probably a month again, you know, and I'll have started September stuff. And I'm just saying, if you would like to have more frequent updates, just follow me on Instagram, y'all. I am going to be working a ton. I'm working at least 3 14s every week plus an 8. So stitching might take a hit, but you know, I'll always be working on something, and I will always be coming back to share it at some point. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you join in on Common Threaded Stitcher Weekend this weekend. Happy World Cross Stitch Day, cross stitch friends. I appreciate the joy you bring to my life more than you know. I hope everyone has a fabulous rest of their day or night, whichever it may be. Enjoy your stitching, and I will see you next time. Bye.